Welcome to your winter arc meal prep. This is going to be simple, high protein meals that don't feel restrictive, don't take all day long, actually fit into your life. I'm a busy mom. I can't be spending all hours in the kitchen. You're going to love this, especially if you're looking to work on yourself this new year. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Coach Ty. I'm a certified nutrition and fitness coach based out in Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to my kitchen. Everything's going to be easy, flavorful, high protein, and your family's going to love it. That's what's really important. And you're going to be able to pack it for lunch and it's going to taste good tomorrow. All right. So today's meals, there's just going to be a couple meals. If you've watched any of my other YouTube videos when it comes to like high protein meal plan, things like that, it's going to be a little bit different today. Today, we're not going to separate them into meal prep containers. We're just going to keep them in their original containers. That way, if you're someone, this is for the people that don't want to eat the same thing every day. They want to be able to pick and choose what they want for the day. You'll be able to do that as well. So we have two proteins. We have chicken and ground turkey today. And we have potatoes as our carb because I already meal prep rice for the week. So for my burger bowl, I'm actually going to have the rice that I cooked earlier this week to use for that. But if you need to make white rice, go ahead and make yourself some white rice. Or better yet, since you ain't got time, go ahead and get you some minute rice. The little 90-second rice, that works too. So yes, and we have one veggie. The vegetable is going to be zucchini this week because not only does that help with digestion, it's just really good. It's flavorful if you season it right. And this is, again, we don't want complicated meal prep. If you like easy meals that don't require you to sit at the stove the whole time, you're gonna love this video. This is gonna be great for families and all my busy ladies that's trying to get, fit. Again, this is the Winter Arc series. This is a part of my Winter Arc series and my maintenance series, and just kind of like just trying to maintain health and wellness throughout the winter time. And the best way to do that is to actually start cooking your own meals and making sure that they actually taste good so that you want to eat them. Is my mic on? Okay. All right. Yeah, let's get into today's meal prep. So one thing I always do when I'm meal prepping is decide what my protein first is going to be. Once protein is handled, everything else just gets easier. This is how you're going to make sure that you're fuller, you snack less, and your meals actually keep you sustained. Okay. These are all of the seasonings that we're going to be using. You do not have to use these, but baby girl, if I'm showing it to you, that means you need to go to the store and buy them. And later on, I talk about how you can find some of these at Walmart, your local health store, like a Sprouts or something like that, or Whole Foods. But y'all, get the seasonings. I promise you they're going to make your food, your protein taste better. I think that's the hardest part when it comes to cooking, is that we don't know how to season food sometimes, or we overthinking seasoning food. Like, how am I going to make this? How is it going to taste? I don't know. And it's like, no. Find what you like and can be consistent with what you like. My family, we love some chicken wings, okay? And we like our chicken wings to have different flavors. Like, nobody wants to eat the same chicken wings all week long. So I always make 2 different flavors. And that's how, like, my husband like his cut like that. To be honest, you do not have to go through this. This is a freaking struggle. But I love him so very much. So I do this for him. If it was up to me, I would just throw the whole wing in the pan and call it a day and cook it as is. I love my sofrito cooking bases, old school, just me being lazy. Yeah, if you got your own sofrito that you make at home, that's perfectly fine. But today is going to be easy. I want easy meals, which means that we're going to be cooking them in the oven. I think cooking in the oven, it makes things so much easier, especially if you're short on time or you have a little one like me and you're taking care of them while you're trying to cook. You don't want to be standing at the stove, slaving away with 4 different pots boiling or 3 different pots boiling, and you're trying to cook all the things, mix all the things up. No. We're going to cut all these potatoes up as best as we can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your girl is not a chef. She's just a girl that likes to cook for her family and herself and eat healthy. So this is what it looks like. I used yellow potatoes. These just taste really, really good. And they're also more savory in my opinion. Yeah, so just season down. Don't ask me for the portions. I don't do that. You got to ask the ancestors, okay? Like, this is the ancestral type of seasoning that we got going on here. You make sure your food got some color on it. If it ain't got no color on it, you ain't seasoned it enough, okay? It don't got to do too much. I think when you get the actual mixes, like what I have there for like the seasoning, yes, you have to be mindful of salt. If you're someone that's salt sensitive, just be mindful. A lot of them already have salt in it, so you don't have to add extra salt to your foods. But if you're not salt sensitive, you are fine. Just making sure you're drinking your water and stuff like that. But these are our meals. I like to line with aluminum. If you're not into aluminum, just use the glass. This is what works for me. As you see my child running by, your girl. Yeah. Anyways, do what works best for you. I cook these on 400 for about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, and then I'll let it broil for like 5 minutes or so just to make sure they're crispy on top. But this is what everything looks like. And when I say this alone saves me so much mental energy through the week, like this just makes it easy because it's going in the oven. You don't have to think about it. Once it's in the oven, you could do other things around the house. And then you can just make sure that you're getting things done. So these are the vegetables. Today we're going to be doing zucchini. I love zucchini. Zucchini, asparagus, amazing on your digestion. Prebiotic fiber, things like that is going to really help with your digestion and just everything's just going to feel and flow better. You know what I'm saying? Okay, all right, okay. Just make sure you season this because if you don't season your zucchini, they're not gonna taste like anything but water. So my secret seasonings that I like to use is gonna be ginger, and I'll show y'all that in a minute. I'm just cutting all the vegetables up. I like to kind of go in order when I'm cooking. Like I'll do the meats first, get them started because they take the longest, and then I'll start on the vegetables, make sure everything is cut up, especially if I'm adding anything to the stove. Like these peppers and the onions I'm gonna cut up in a moment are going to be going on the stove for the ground turkey. The ground turkey is very easy, it's very quick. So this is the only thing I'm going to be cooking on the stove. That's going to be for our burger bowl. Y'all have been saying, I've been saying like the burger bowl on TikTok, but I'm just going for a more lighter version. So I'm using ground turkey. That's where the burger blend seasoning is going to come into place. And it's going to be delicious. But here's the zucchini. The ginger is the key for this. The ginger, the garlic, the onion, the liquid aminos. I actually added a little bit of, what is it called? Bouillon, the little bouillon to give it a little chicken flavor. Like seasoning your food. I think that's a big thing. If your food tastes nasty, it's gonna be nasty. You're not gonna want to eat it all week. So make sure it has some flavor. We had a little red pepper flakes at the end to give it a little extra razzle dazzle. This is gonna cook for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever, until it's made to your liking. But that's it. Like after that, you're just gonna cook your turkey on the stove. And again, this doesn't take long. It's like making spaghetti, to be honest. It's gonna take 20 minutes for this to cook down and we're gonna be done. And that's what I like about meal prepping like twice. So like the second tip I can give y'all here is like cook once, eat twice, right? So like what I mean by this is like meal prep doesn't have to be like this whole thing. I just like cook a little extra on purpose so the future me doesn't have to figure out what I'm gonna eat next. Like I cook 2 meals, my husband gets to have some, I get to have some, and everything just tastes really, really good. And we're gonna finish it all because again, you want to make sure that you're cooking food that you like. I also like to use these glass dishes. Again, I'm trying not to use so much plastic, waste, all the things. It just kind of keeps it fresh and it kind of seals it in really well so that, my ground turkey stay juicy. Oh, y'all, this burger, like mac sauce recipe or whatever, is delicious. I'll put it on the screen because, again, like I just kind of finagle this. A real chef, she just be finagling stuff. I promise y'all. Like I just be throwing stuff together, but it's tea. Okay, it tastes delicious and it tastes so good on the burger bowl. You're gonna want it. I actually had this with white rice, and in between, I was like, I wanted to try this wine, so y'all can see my little wine because mom life. The little razzle dazzle. Gotta make my baby some food, but. And toddlers, if you have a toddler, comment in the comment if you have a toddler because y'all trying to get them to eat is the bane of my existence because like he doesn't really want to eat anything I give him. But anyways, we're finishing up here. As you can see, we have the zucchini. She looks phenomenal. She's not overcooked. She's got that soft center with still a little bit of a crunch. And it came out delicious. And when I say my husband actually really loved these, he ate them up. And that's what you want. You want your person or yourself to eat them up. So this is the meat. They look delicious. They're done, but we like our food burnt. Okay, in my house, we like our food cooked. So we put it in the broil for another 5, maybe 10 minutes, and this is what it looks like. Again, you don't have to do this, but this is how we like our food to look. If it doesn't got no seasoning or no crisp on it, it ain't done. The final thing I want you to take away from this is just be consistent. It don't gotta be perfect. Look how all of this food looks like. It doesn't gotta be fancy. It's just have something ready so you just don't end up stressed, starved, and grabbing whatever is the closest. Especially during this winter, having food ready keeps me consistent when my motivation is low. This is just me showing y'all how I measure my food. I do measure my food, like I mentioned. Well, I'm going to mention later. You don't have to do this for all of your meals. If you like to mix and match your food, that's what we're doing today. Listen, make sure you know how much is on your plate. I like to make sure I know how much protein, carbs I'm eating. This is how I know I'm hitting my goals this winter and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So delicious. So good. Y'all, I'll have to take a picture of that. No, I'm done. Content. It is just that simple. I hope that y'all enjoyed this meal prep with me. If y'all love videos like this, go ahead and comment below what you would like to see next. I hope that you're able to eat this for lunch, for dinner, whenever you would like, and that it's actually going to be tasty for your family. And again, you can find all of these ingredients at your local. I live in Atlanta, so we have Publix, Sprouts, Kroger, freaking Walmart. You might be able to find some, honestly, you should be able to find a lot of the jerk and Caribbean seasonings or Hispanic seasonings at Walmart. I feel like Walmart has a very diverse seasoning palette. At least that's why I'm able to buy a lot of these things too if I can't get to my ethnic stores. But yes, if y'all need a meal plan through, I am going to drop down a free meal plan below, so be sure to check that out. And yeah, as we get into this new year right now. We're not going to January. We start now.